Hello and welcome back to Haverford Sports Media. My name is Connor Salveson. I'm joined here by Jonah Jablonski, and we are so excited to be bringing you guys live coverage of a very competitive Central League Varsity girls soccer matchup tonight between the 4-4-1 Haverford Fords and the 4-3 Springfield Cougars. Both of these teams sitting right in the smack middle of the PIAA District 1 4A division. Haverford 25th and Springfield 26th. Jonah, there's some history behind this matchup. What happened last year between these two teams?
So the Fords lost to the Cougars in the regular season, but then met them in the playoffs and had an upset win over them. So both teams have a history. They have a rivalry going that you see in Haverford and Springfield in all sports, not just soccer. But you're going to see it here tonight, and you'll see it here in all sports that these two schools play.
Springfield last year finished the regular season with a 13-3-2 record. They were the 9 seed in the playoffs. Haverford just snuck in. They were the 23rd seed, They came in, went over to Springfield. A huge upset win last year. The Cougars obviously looking for revenge tonight. But both these teams losing some key players. You see on Springfield, they're losing their star player, their star defender, in Carly Waters. She had multiple goals and multiple assists last season, and she was first-team All-Delco and first-team All-Central League pick. And on the Fords, we see Mackenzie Lacey graduated, Emma Lonergan graduated, and Paige Snell went on to play soccer at Eastern University as well. So both of these teams losing key components of what their team was last year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the upperclassmen step up to try to fill those roles.
This year, the Fords are 4-4-1 coming into this game. Springfield is 4-3 with losses to Lower Merion, Radnor, Garnet Valley, and wins to Ridley, Upper Darby, and Westchester East.
And, of course, as always, this game tonight is brought to you by Wagner Real Estate.
Looking for a new house? Wagner Real Estate will help you find the right home for you and your family. The real estate professionals at Wagner are Havertown locals who have passed down the real estate savvy through 4 generations. Call 610-446-2300 to set up a consultation with Wagner Real Estate today.
Obviously, we talked about notable missing players from the rosters this year, but there's also a lot of players to look forward to for the Cougars. Corin Silberstein, she is a senior. She is really good. She opens up the spaces in the midfield, and that led to so many of Springfield's goals last season. She topped the team with 9 goals last year with 3 assists. She, of course, landed first-team All-Delco. She supplied multiple game-winning goals last year, including the game-winning goals against Garnet Valley, Archbishop Carroll, and Marple Newtown. And she had the assist to the game winner that Springfield beat the Fords in last year. So she coming back out here, looking to replicate her performance from last season.
This season, she has 5 goals, which is something the Fords need to look out for. I'm sure they won't have much issue with it, as that back 4 that we talk about so often will be there tonight and will be doing things to stop her.
Speaking of that back 4, the Haverford Fords will be playing a slightly different game plan tonight. Instead of running that usual 4-3-3 formation that we see, the Fords are going to try out a 4-4-2, so they're going to have that 4 in the backfield. And then in the center third, they're going to try a 4-man diamond position, so not straight across, and then the 2 attackers on the front end. It'll allow the midfield to get more momentum up and down the field, which is something we see the Fords do anyway. And obviously they're on a 3-game losing streak, so they're just looking to switch things up. And that was one thing that Coach Jackson, Coach Oswald, and the rest of the Fords decided on, was that slight change in the game plan.
Something the Fords have been struggling a little bit this year, not much, but a little bit, is putting that ball in the net. And with this new formation, I feel as though it's more centered towards putting the ball in the net. So we will see what they can do tonight.
You look, they're coming off a couple of overtime losses. We saw it the other week versus Harriton. So many shots on goal they had, but they just couldn't get anything past the goalies. They just could not execute when they needed to, and there's only so much that back 4 can do. Alyssa Seavey, Molly Carpenter, Maddie Gillespie, they all do such a good job on the back 4. Jordan Karp's one of the best goalies I've seen in all the soccer games I've watched this season. but there's only so much they can do when their offense isn't executing when they have to. And of course, speaking of Jordan Karp, Bella Budson is cleared to play for the Fords. She is healthy, recovering, but she is cleared. But Jordan Karp will start in goal tonight for the Fords. Bella Budson's going to have to work back for that spot because of how good of a season Karp has been having. We will get back to you guys shortly after the playing of the national anthem for live coverage of Haverford versus Springfield.
And we are back as we are just moments away from getting this game started. And Connor, we talked about those 2 overtime losses that they have faced in the 2 games. We saw one with Harriton here, and then they lost one to Strathaven on the road. 2 overtime losses in a row can be very demoralizing, but they are ready to bounce back, and I'm sure they're more than able to with this new formation. It'll be very interesting to see what the Fords do tonight.
In goal tonight for Springfield, Emily Boyer, who was a second-team All-Delco selection last year. So some more competition for the Fords offense to try to get past tonight, as Boyer is quite the goalie for Springfield. As this game is underway here in Havertown, Pennsylvania, perfect weather for a soccer game tonight, as the Fords and the Cougars will look to add one more in the win column. Springfield early off in this one, winning the 50-50 balls, as we talked earlier this week with one of the 1972 boys Central League champions, one thing he said is no matter if it's 1972 or 2022, one thing you can count on is if you win majority of the 50-50 balls, you're going to be a successful soccer team. So far, Springfield looks to be doing that, but we'll see what the Fords defense can do here. Again, as we said, they are trying out that new 4-4-2, so we'll have to see how different the midfield looks for Haverford. The Fords finally clear the ball past the 50-yard line. Again, kicked out. Springfield will regain offensive control. We sort of see that diamond position forming here that we talked about in the center third here. Deegan Mack, huge contact there. She'll fall, whistle blown, Ford's ball. Deegan Mack takes that contact and allows Haverford to look to push into their 18 yards and get the ball into the box and score early on in this game.
If you were with me and Connor earlier this week for the boys' soccer game, you noticed there was not a lot of whistles called for plays that could have been a whistle blown. Some physical plays, but we see a whistle there. Good to see for the Fords.
Springfield here after that attempted shot on goal there by Haverford. Springfield will regain possession. They're now crossing midfield. Fords defense stepping up. There it is again. Left side kick, just chipping that ball out of bounds, allowing some of her teammates to get down and have some time to recover here, running up and down this field, especially early on with your defense and your midfield back. Only having the two attackers, you're going to need most of that midfield to run up and help your attackers. So that's something that could definitely tire the Fords out and impact this game. Springfield on the attack here. Right sideline running in. That ball will fly over towards Jordan Karp in goal to her left. Fords will have a throw in here from this far left side. Mary McGeoch throws that ball in, and the Fords now had a look there, but it'll go right back to Springfield. So far, Springfield has all the momentum here, not letting the Fords get anything happening in their zone. That ball thrown in by Springfield over left side. Whistle blown here by the referees, and it'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Sarah Bean here for the free kick. She already has 2 goals this season for Springfield, and she was also a second-team All-Delco pick last year. Springfield had a lot of those All-Delco players. Bean fires that ball towards the net. The Fords' back four is in the way, as always. Defense always making the stops when they need to. Whistle blown. Fords' ball.
Something I've learned throughout this year is that the corner kicks and the penalty kicks that may not seem close to the goal are the most important plays for getting your teammates opportunities to actually score goals.
Important to note tonight, it is the Haverford Youth Soccer Club night here. So there is a pretty big show out here at AG Cornog Field. Student section, it'll grow slowly throughout the night, but there is a lot of young soccer players that probably be on this team in a couple of years. That ball flung over towards Emily Boyer in goal, and she will scoop it up and allow Springfield to continue their offensive attack. Boyer punts that ball past the midfield right to the Fords. McGeoch is there. She'll pass that over to Molly Carpenter on the left side, right to a Springfield midfielder. She will dribble up. Fords will try to step up, make a stop there. That'll be running down towards the corner. McGeoch is there, tries to save that ball just out of bounds. Springfield maintains possession.
Springfield really doing a good job of keeping it on their half and not really letting the Fords gain any momentum.
There's a good stop there by the Fords, but it'll stay in Springfield territory here. And there she is again, Molly Carpenter, always there when she needs to be. That ball tries to get cleared past the midfield. Wiedemann running in towards it. There's Tessa Wiedemann there. She is one-on-one, stride by stride there with Springfield. That ball again cleared. Very repetitive game so far, I should say. Jordan Karp will get that ball with ease. 34-48 to play here in this first half. Almost 7 minutes of soccer has already gone by, Jonah. What are you seeing out there from both of these teams?
This new formation for the Fords seems to be switching up their game plan. I mentioned earlier that it might be more attack heavy, and what I've seen so far is it's more defense heavy, When Springfield has it close to Haverford goal, it seems as though there are more Fords players back defending that ball, which is a good and a bad thing. It can prevent goals from Springfield, but it may also be harder for Haverford to get a game plan going. Another thing to mention is someone we have not seen a lot this year of is number 2, Lucy Quinn for the Fords in that attack position.
Gillespie gets the turnover there, right corner, looking for a corner of the cross, shot on goal, good defense. Wiedemann running up that right side, had an opening in that top right quarter, but just knocked out by the Springfield defense.
Gillespie placed that ball perfect as she centered it. Just unfortunate that a Springfield player was there before a Haverford.
That is the ball movement that Haverford wants to do all night long. We've seen them really move the ball well, but they're never able to execute in the 18 yards around the box. They have to come in from that wing position, be able to cut in, find the angle to cross from the corner, and just go on from there. That'll be a handball for the Fords. Springfield will have a free kick, I believe. Annabelle Cradit calling out the plays there for the Cougars. And this is Sarah Bean here for the free kick again. She was one of the girls we said to watch out for tonight. Bean fires that ball towards the net. Jordan Karp jumps up, but just through her fingertips. Springfield puts one up early in this one. 1-0 Cougars. Sarah Bean with the goal.
Springfield kept the momentum on Haverford, and it bled through early. When you have it on your half for a long time, you're bound to get some opportunities on the goal, and Springfield did just that, and one of them happened to fall through Jordan Karp's hands. And although Jordan Karp let one up early, she should not be discouraged, and she should keep playing hard.
Again, Jordan Karp is one of the... When our referees are conferring with the booth, real quick, making sure everything is set before we continue. We want to make sure we have all information correct. No score has been put up yet on the board here at A.G. Cornog Field. We will await confirmation as the scoreboard here is still showing 0-0. Could be a malfunction here on the scoreboard as the Fords did have the draw up there in the center. So we will continue playing as though it is 1-0. Springfield, Wiedemann up the right side, has a look. Emily Boyer comes out of goal and gets it before Wiedemann can get there.
Greatly placed ball by Alyssa Seavey, showing off her big boot. Wiedemann almost got there. Springfield got there before.
We're awaiting confirmation still here from the scorer's table that it is 1-0 Springfield. There is a slight miscommunication. We do believe that Sarah Bean put that one through. Here we go. The Fords again on the offensive attack. Tessa Wiedemann right side looking for an angle in. That ball is up, stopped by Springfield. That ball is cleared by Marion Gallagher. Gallagher had the game-winning goal versus the Fords last season. She looks to repeat that tonight. We did get confirmation the goal did stand here. So it is Springfield 1, Haverford 0 with 31:18 to play in this first half. And the Fords have a free kick. We'll see what they can do. That ball fired in towards Emily Boyer. Boyer, great stop in goal.
Alyssa Seavey with another powerful kick. Boyer in goal there with a good save, stopping Seavey.
This is one thing I don't think we've seen yet so far in the couple of games that we've broadcasted. Is the Fords taking this early of a deficit. It's usually 20, 30 minutes into the first half and one of these teams takes a lead. Besides the Kennett game, obviously, where the Fords, Tessa Wiedemann had the hat trick and the Fords took an early lead. But I don't think we've seen the Fords with an early deficit like this so far this season. It'll be interesting to see how this deficit really shows in their game plan and the changes they make throughout the game. Coach Jackson during halftime. Who knows if they'll go back to the 4-3-3, if they'll stay with the 4-4-2. Lots of choices for the Fords to make, especially if they continue to trail. That ball, McGeoch fired across the field just through the legs of Lucy Quinn. That ball thrown in here for Springfield. Lucy is now back from her knee injury. So the Fords, again, injuries have hurt them in the past, but they are almost fully healthy. As we said, Bella Budson is back healthy. Lucy Quinn is back. Gillespie's back from her injury that she sustained versus Radner a couple of weeks ago. Ford just got to stay healthy, and this team's very dangerous. Gillespie, the turnover, whistle's blown. Coach Jackson not happy about that one. He has some words for the referees here. That is a bad missed call for the refs. And Springfield will have another free kick. We saw what happened last time they had one. It will be Sarah Bean again. 1 goal on the night. She's going to fire one in towards the net again. Karp will be there this time. Too close for comfort, but a much-needed save for the Fords.
Karp has got to be careful with that. That one almost went through her legs and into the goal, but nonetheless, a great, great save.
Who knows if Springfield puts up some more points here in this first half. If we do see Bella Budson come in and get some playing time in the second half, we'll have to see how this game shakes out here in the rest of the first half, early into the second half. But it's something to keep in mind is that they do have that backup option in goal. McGeoch over to Wiedemann. McGeoch makes a defender fall there. Nora Burns fires that one up. Great defense by Marin Gallagher for the Cougars. 28:52 to go here in this first half. Wiedemann fighting right side. Annabelle Cradit will get that turnover. And Springfield, again, keeping possession on their side majority of this game so far. Something very unusual. We do not see this from the Haverford girls often. Gabriella Campbell is there. She will fight for it. Again, she also, you can see she has a brace on her knee. She is fighting through an injury as well. Haverford just continues to battle those, but they continue to persevere through them, and this team relatively healthy. There's Alyssa Seavey, clears that ball left side over the head of Lucy Quinn. Quinn will try to run up and get that one. But Lexi Aaron is there for Springfield. That ball clear coming in towards Springfield. The Springfield bench, and that should be Ford's ball. Gillespie here with the throw-in.
Springfield knows they have the lead, and they're doing a good job of keeping it away from the Fords and not letting the Fords really get anything on the goal, as you see it right there. Just clearing the ball when it gets even remotely close to the goal. Great job by the Springfield defense so far.
I think this is one of the best defenses that we've seen the Fords face so far this season, up there with the Radnor Raptors we saw just a couple of weeks ago. That ball rolling back to Jordan Karp in goal. She will pick that ball up. Fords trailing 1-0 with 26:38 to go here in this first half. Karp will dribble the ball and punt that ball up to about the 35-yard line. It'll bounce a couple of times off the head of a couple players here. That ball is pinballed around, and Ford's free kick.
We talk about getting that early lead and this good defense played by Springfield. When you have an early lead, the pressure is taken off of your shoulders. You can play more relaxed. You can clear the ball more than if it was a 0-0 game. So Springfield, zero stress right now, whereas Haverford has to play down 1-0, and it is still very early on in the game.
Boyer will punt this ball out. Fords, there it is, stays in the Fords territory. That's something they have to do. That's Deegan Mack there. Great play, but it will be a whistle, and the Cougars will have a free kick. Referee tying his shoe here on the field. As there will be a stoppage. The referee is all good, and this game will continue. That ball, low ball there off the head of McGeoch, I believe. Gabriella Campbell clears that ball, tries to get past Mia Valero, but it will not happen. Ford just not getting anything past the Springfield midfield. Nora Burns here takes possession. As I say that, she'll clear that ball into the middle of the field. No luck here for the Fords. Gillespie and Campbell fighting for that ball at the 50-yard line or so. Carpenter back to Gillespie. Gillespie, good move there to get around Springfield's Corin Silverstein. As we said, one of the key players. Fords, great move, but Springfield's offense still in control. Here is Silverstein as we were speaking of. The shot on goal. Jordan Karp is there. .24:32 to go here in this first half. Karp tries to boot this ball over towards Gabriella Campbell. Over her at Alyssa Seavey. Good pass over right side to Nora Burns. That ball just gets past Burns, and Annabelle Cradit will clear that ball for Springfield. That ball still in Haverford territory, though. McGeoch running in towards that ball. Gabriella Campbell fighting at the 50-yard line. McGeoch getting in the way, trying to make a stop here for the Fords. There's Mary McGeoch on that far left side. Springfield on the attack. That ball fired in towards Jordan Karp, and she will get there in time. 23:51 to go here in this first half. Springfield still up 1-0.
Jordan Karp playing flawless after letting that one in. 3 for 3 on saves after that one goal she let up.
All sports are just as much mental as they are physical, and she, so far, does not seem flustered by that one mishap that the Fords defense had. She is ready to just go out there and play her best game. Part of that is trusting the rest of your team, trusting that your offense will be able to go out there and score 1 or 2 goals to be able to put you in the lead.
As the Fords sub in number 13, Tess Durfee, number 6, Grace Donadio, and number 9, Erin Lyman. Senior Nora Burns, Gabriella Campbell, and Lucy Quinn check out.
Huge substitutions for both sides here. It's getting some fresh legs out there. Trying to put their teams in the best position. Good defense there. Far left quarter by McGeoch. And that will be a turnover for the Springfield offense. Fords now trying to put something. That ball off the head of Springfield. Straight back to Mary McGeoch. McGeoch will boot that ball, trying to go up towards Tessa Wiedemann. That'll be kicked out of bounds. Fords now. That ball kicked up. Springfield once again. Ball pinballed everywhere in this center third. No team really getting any momentum here. Gillespie, good pressure, allowing the Fords to get back out there. Pardon us here. We are having some technical issues up here in the booth, but we are back. That ball fired in towards Emily Boyer. Boyer will run out, get that ball. Gillespie here with the throw-in for the Fords. That ball fired in towards Donadio. Gracie back to Maddie Gillespie to Carpenter. Grace McGeoch fires over to her sister, who will clear that ball up into Fords territory. Tess Durfee tries to go for that ball, but the Springfield defense steps up once again. Sarah Bean, great defense. Sarah Bean looks like she's doing it all right now, both on the offensive and defensive end of the game. Tess Durfee, left side, tries to get it. But again, that Springfield defense steps up. That ball again cleared. Haverford still in full offensive momentum. Fords have to get a shot on goal here. McGeoch, that ball stolen by Springfield.
The Fords need to keep the pressure on Springfield and get a couple shots on goal. just to show that they are still in this game. And hopefully one can fall through.
Just under 20 minutes to go here in this first half. And then, of course, the 40 minutes in the second half. So still a lot of soccer to be played for only a 1-0 deficit here for the Fords. Maddie Gillespie, slight miscommunication, but the Fords look to get it back right now. Annabelle Cradit passes over to Silberstein. That ball up that far left sideline. Still stays with Springfield. Thrown in for the Cougars. Right back to where it came from. Fords now on the offensive end. 50-yard line. That ball, Wiedemann will have a shot on goal. Shot up just over the top of the goal. Fords had an open look there.
Great shot by Wiedemann, just a little bit high. The Fords can keep on getting shots like that. One will eventually fall through, and they can tie this game up.
We do apologize, but we did just get confirmation. The goalie for Springfield tonight is not Emily Boyer, but it is Alyssa Estep. We do apologize for that, but there was some slight errors on the roster that we have. Alyssa Estep is in goal for the Cougars. Molly Carpenter again clears that ball to the 50-yard line. We are just getting some things settled here, making sure everything is accurate. McGeoch's fighting stride by stride with Annabelle Cradit. Throw in here. Cradit to Gabby Rizio. That ball again past the 50-yard line into Haverford territory. Tess Durfee fighting for it. That ball passed out by Caroline Walters. Walters back into the territory. The 18 yards there, I should say. That ball keeps on rolling out of bounds. Almost out of the stadium there as Springfield will throw this ball in. Referee signal for Springfield ball. $16:49 to go here in this first half. Tessa Wiedemann kicks that ball up. Springfield will try to clear that ball. She will trip and fall while trying to kick that. And the Fords now on the offensive end. McGeoch up the right sideline. Cuts in left. McGeoch passes inside. Wiedemann running for that ball. Erin Lyman now in the right corner. She will get pushed out of the way. Great defense by Springfield.
A good run there by Grace McGeoch, doing it herself. Getting some momentum for the Fords. Let's see if they can continue that momentum and get a couple shots on goal.
Great recovery there by the Fords. Maddie Gillespie fought for that ball, passed it back to Alyssa Seavey, who cleared that ball for the Fords. Lyman now rushing right, looks to cut in left, find it angled across into the box, but that ball will just be taken by Annabelle Cradit once again. She has been a standout defender for the Cougars so far tonight.
Whistle blown by the ref, signaling Springfield ball.
15:30 to go here in this first half. Donadio will get in the way there, allowing that slight block that allowed Gillespie to clear that ball into the 18 yards. Wiedemann goes up for it just over her head. Tessa Wiedemann still fighting right to Springfield. That ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cougars. Student section building up slowly here, as we said, at A.G. Cornog Field. Members of the boys soccer team and some other students coming out to support a big rival game tonight. Tess Durfee tries to get in the way there, but she will allow Deegan Mack to do all the hard work. Mack fires that ball in. Tess Durfee running for it. Estep comes out of goal.
Fords are getting some good ball movement going here. Let's see if they can get the ball in the middle of the field in front of the goal for an opportunity.
Wiedemann looked inside for Tess Durfee there, but just out of reach. Fords not having anything working for them as big substitutions once again for the Fords. We see Becca Patterson check in, Brooklyn Cannon check in, and Brady Carlin check in for the Fords. Wiedemann, Lyman, and Durfee check out. 13:51 to go in this first half. Springfield still leads 1-0. Cougars throw that ball in far right side, but the Fords defense, midfield I should say, steps up when they need to. Sarah Bean fires that ball up right sideline. That'll be ran out of bounds. It'll stay with Springfield. No, I'm sorry. It will be a free kick for the Fords out of goal. Excuse us. Alyssa Seavey will clear this ball out for Haverford. Seavey booms that ball, spiraling over towards the 50-yard line. That ball off a couple of Springfield defenders off the head of Deegan Mack, and Springfield once again gets the offensive possession. Fords have to figure out what is going wrong here as they go into the second half. They're just not getting any offensive attack like they have been the rest of the year.
Connor, what do you think the Fords need to do to get that offensive attack going and put one in the net to tie this game?
I think if the Fords are more confident with the 4-3-3 that they're used to running this entire season, that could be a possibility for Coach Jackson to go back, switch into. Maybe that third attacker that they have playing out there the entire time is a crucial part of the offense. I'm not sure exactly, but that could definitely be in consideration for Coach Jackson, Coach Oswald, and the entire Fords team as they go into halftime. I mean, switching up the game plan like that for a really important game like this, both for district seeding and Central League standings, it's a bold choice. It has, a high-risk, high-reward situation here for the Fords. If they knew they were going to come out, take a quick 3-0 lead, have a big lead going into the second half, then it's something entirely different conversation. But from what I've seen, it's just not working to the extent that I think Coach Jackson wanted it to.
I think if the Fords can just focus on keeping the ball on their side of the half, I think opportunities will come to them. But as soon as Springfield gets the momentum, it's hard for the Fords to gain it back. So if they can just keep the momentum on their half of the field, I think opportunities will come with that momentum.
Gillespie and Donadio work together there to try to put the Fords into some sort of scoring position. Seaview sends that ball flying over to Becca Patterson. Patterson will have a look inside to the midfield here. Gillespie just chips that ball to the right of the goal. Brooklyn Cannon is there. Gillespie disappointed, but she will let that ball run out and keep the Fords offense out there in position. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this first half. Brady Carlin throwing this ball in for the Fords. She has been one of the best players for this sort of position here. She always seems to find the perfect person to pass to as she does it there. She has McGeoch cutting in. That ball ran out of bounds. and it'll stay with the Fords. Brady Carlin once again. She'll get a running start here. Try to throw this ball in right corner. She'll fling that ball up. Oh, that was a great idea there, trying to give the look inside to Patterson, but Patterson gets the ball just off her knee, out of bounds past the goal line. Still 1-0 Springfield with 9:50 to go in this first half.
Grace McGeoch did a good job of keeping the ball in there. Ball in play, just hit off Becca Patterson, went out for Springfield ball.
Estep clears that ball up to the 30-yard line. Haverford defense fighting for it. Whistle's blown. Ford's ball. This could be a big break, allowing the Fords to have easier field position to execute one of their scoring plays that they've written up.
And this is what I'm talking about, Connor, keeping it on their side of the field, and the opportunities will come. Big opportunity for the Fords here. Great kick by Alyssa Seavey, just left of the goal. She can put that a little more right into that pile of Haverford and Springfield players. Who knows where the ball might ricochet and go after that.
8:50 to go here this first half. Haverford, there it is again, keeping the ball in the offensive end. That's all they have to do. The more shots on goal they get, the more the odds are higher that a ball gets past Estep in goal. Ford's fighting for it on the sideline. That ball back to Carpenter. Back on Springfield's side of the 50-yard line. Carpenter clears that ball up over to Patterson. Brooklyn Cannon all there for it. But Springfield's back line steps up once again when they need to. Off of the back line, and Springfield's offense back at it. Silberstein. Passes that ball up to a teammate, but the Fords will get possession. Alyssa Seavey with the free kick here. We'll see what she can do. She obviously has one of the biggest legs on the team. She'll fire that ball in. Patterson is there, but the Springfield backline gets in the way. Gillespie's there. Good pick move. Patterson, a nice move to try to get open. Donadio back to Patterson. Patterson looking in. She'll pass that ball to McGeoch. McGeoch has Gillespie right side. Springfield's defender steps up. Whistle blown. Gillespie not happy. That looked clean. To me, she was going for the ball. There was no intent to trip her up there. But the referee's call is the referee's call. Nothing you can do about it. 7:19 to go in this first half. Springfield just completely dominating this game.
That is one good thing about the Fords team, and Gillespie specifically. She is not afraid to get physical to gain possession of that ball. Just a little bit of an unlucky call there with the foul. But if the Fords can keep doing that, it's going to help them keep the ball on their half, which is what I've been talking about. They've been doing a good job of that in the second part of the second half. If they can continue this momentum throughout this rest of the first half and second half, I think they have a good chance of scoring.
CV fires that ball straight to Estep. That could have been dangerous. She came way out of goal there. But that ball will be left of the target. No good. Still 1-0 Springfield, 6:36 to go.
CV with those free kicks, kicking the ball so easily, 50, 60 yards. No thought about it. Very impressive by Alyssa CV.
Donadio fighting for that ball, trying to keep it in Haverford's offensive possession, but Springfield will clear it. Mary McGeoch up that left sideline, trying to keep the ball in play. We'll see what she can do here, fighting for that Springfield ball. Cougars will have a throw in here. I believe, yes, on the right side. Far left side, excuse me. Under 6 minutes to go. Substitutions once again for the Fords.
That is Nora Burns, Colette Wagner, and Liz Gondek.
Brady Carlin, Gracie Donadio, and Maddie Gillespie all check out for the Fords. Again, just refreshing, getting some fresh legs out there, putting the team in the best position possible. In case you're just joining us, Springfield scored early in this first half. Sarah Bean just put one through the arms of Jordan Karp to give the Cougars a 1-0 lead, and Springfield's just completely controlled this game with possession on their side of the midfield this entire first half.
Coach Jackson not afraid to sub in those freshmen, even down 1 point. You see Wagner and Gondek, true freshmen in the game, looking to get a fresh spark for the Fords. Let's see if that helps.
As we approach under 5 minutes here, we did get word that the Varsity boys finally broke their 4-game losing streak today over at Springfield High School with a big 2-1 win. They had 2 goals off of penalty kicks, and the JV team won 8-0. So the Fords swept with the boys soccer over at Springfield, and the girls look to continue that streak tonight. And the Fords now with the ball in the offensive end under 4 minutes. We saw the boys score with 0.8 of a second left just the other night. So again, it's not over until the clock hits the triple zeros in soccer. We'll see what the Fords can do off this free kick. That ball coming in towards Estep, just over the goal. They're just not getting anything on target so far tonight.
We talked about Jackson checking in those freshmen. He just checked in 3 seniors. That is number 10, Deegan Mack, number 17, Nikki Malone, and number 16, May Holcher.
Coach Jackson really getting these substitutions in quicker here, trying to put the team in the best position. Again, that's a common theme we keep seeing here for the Fords, just allowing them to play their best game when they need to. .250 to go here in this first half. In other Haverford news, the girls volleyball last night won in a 5-set match versus Conestoga High School. They dropped the first 2 and then got the reverse sweep, winning the last 3. That ball over towards Karp. Karp will fall with full possession of the ball. So yes, the girls volleyball team keeps on moving up in the district standings. They sitting at a comfortable record after a huge win last night. That ball coming in towards Springfield's bench. We'll see if the Fords can get there in time. They will, but Springfield will get there. Annabelle Creighton again. That name keeps coming up. She has been a star on defense. I'd say one of the players of the game for the Cougars so far. Mary McGeoch tries to clear that into the center third, but Springfield's back line steps up once again. Under 2 minutes to go here. Forwards still trail 1-0. Jordan Karp coming out of net here to try to get to this one before Springfield can, and she will successfully scoop that ball up. And she will boot this ball, trying to put the Fords in the best possible territory and the best possible formation to score here. I really don't think that Coach Jackson can continue with this. Jordan Karp coming out of goal. A huge slide there for Alyssa Seavey. A great stop by the Fords defense.
Great defensive play by Alyssa Seavey. Seavey putting together a nice game with some of those penalty kicks and free kicks. And now a great stop on defense as the Fords look to get something going here with just under 1 minute left in this first half.
Yeah, Seavey putting her body on the line there. She saw Jordan Karp come out of goal. She was probably thinking it's too close to let Springfield have this shot, so she decided what would be the best decision, and that's what you do as a senior team captain. Great play from Seavey there, under 30 seconds. Looks like this first half might just remain 1-0, but is never too early to tell. As we were saying, I can't imagine Coach Jackson goes into the half confident with the 6-4-2 that they have. We'll see if they make the switch at the half, going back to what they're used to in the 4-3-3, or if they continue to ride this out. Jonah, what do you think that Coach Jackson will end up deciding?
I'm not completely sure what he will end up deciding. I do think he should switch it. Just this formation isn't getting enough opportunities on attack, which when you go down early 1-0, you need to switch to more of an attack plan. I'm sure Coach Jackson knows what to do. The girls soccer team is in good hands with Coach Jackson. I'm sure he will make the right decision. But the Fords need to get more opportunities on the goal going into the second half if they want to possibly tie or win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think you summed up that first half pretty well. There's a lot of decisions that Coach Jackson, Coach Oswald, and the rest of the Fords are going to have to figure out here. Ford's going to talk to Jordan Karp in goal, talk to each other, figure out what's going on as the Haverford Youth Soccer Club takes the field here to play a little game. They look to just have fun in this 10-minute halftime period. Haverford Sports Media football broadcasts are back tomorrow night as the Fords have a home game here at AG Cornog. Kickoff at 6:50, I believe. The Radnor Raptors coming over, and we have our good HSM members, Brendan McNichol and Nick DiPaolo, on the mic. We actually have Brendan McNichol here with us right now for a little preview of tomorrow night's Central League football matchup. Brendan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing pretty well. The Ford soccer team, you've watched it. They're playing the best they can. Definitely some changes they have to make. Brendan, you and Nick tomorrow night have a big football game to call. Tommy Wright and the Fords look to break their losing streak after falling to Conestoga in a tight game last week. What's going to be the key for the Fords to try to take this game tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think the key of the game is Tommy Wright. It's now or never, as Elvis said. It's all on him. What decisions, what throws is he going to make to his open receivers to change this game and to put up 40 on the board? That's what my thoughts about it is, because a team that's normally great and high scoring has been limited to about 21 points, I think was the high in the Springfield game, but they're just struggling on the offensive end. The defense has been playing great, but I think it's all on Tommy Wright in that passing game. They've been able to run the ball in the past few games, but that's what it's all about.
We saw at Springfield, Zeke Bates had himself an absolute day. He went off for a couple of touchdowns, had over 100 yards rushing, and then last week, Conestoga just absolutely shut him down. Zeke Bates could not get anything going. So I think that's also going to be a crucial part for the game tomorrow night, is if they can establish that run game early.
Yeah, between either Colin Cassidy or Zeke Bates, I think they can be able to get the run going. Obviously, Zeke Bates is a young sophomore. Although he doesn't look the part of a sophomore, he still is young and has things to learn. I think he can learn from that experience against a good Conestoga football team.
That is your preview for tomorrow night's varsity football matchup with Brendan McNichol and Nick DiPaolo. That'll be streamed live on HSM. Make sure to tune into that, as we will be back, me and Jonah, in just about 6 minutes for live coverage of the second half of Springfield versus Haverford varsity girls soccer. I'm Connor Salveson, back with Haverford Sports Media, joined by two of the members of the Varsity boys soccer team in Owen Mulhern and goalie Jack Schultz. Boys, you guys were coming into the game today at Springfield High School with a 4-game losing streak. Jack and Owen, what was the mindset going into this game?
I think we just have to win. I mean, you're on a 4-game losing streak. It was just a must win.
Hello. Same stuff as Jack. I mean, we had to bring major intensity into this game, and off of what you said, 4-game losing streak, we couldn't allow another loss, especially with our record right now. We had to bring the heat with the game.
How does the win today help propel you guys into the rest of the season? You guys have a couple games next week. How does this win help you guys both mentally and physically?
I think it's just good that we got a win behind our backs. I think we needed that going in the future.
Definitely helps propel us forward. I think we really did need this boost going into the weekend. A good game going into this weekend, yeah. And it's a tough competition on Saturday.
Thank you, boys, and good luck to the rest of your season. You guys listening will have live coverage of majority of the rest of the home Varsity boys soccer games throughout the rest of this fall. And best of luck, Owen and Jack, for the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are back as this second half is just about to get underway. If you just joined us, the score is 1-0 Springfield. And this game is sponsored by Wagner Real Estate.
Are you looking for a new house? Wagner Real Estate will help you find the right home for you and your family. The real estate professionals at Wagner are Havertown locals who have passed down the real estate savvy through 4 generations. Call 610-446-2300. That is 610-446-2300 to set up a consultation with Wagner Real Estate today.
As this second half gets underway, Fords have some catching up to do as they are down 1 goal. As they look to get an opportunity early here, Tessa Weidman.
Pressuring STEP and the defense early in this second half. We saw the student section really get full there during halftime. Lots of fellow classmates, other soccer players coming out to support their team tonight on this lovely September evening.
At that halftime break, I got a chance to talk to some of those varsity boys soccer players. They said they won 2-0 at Springfield today. Legend Russell with 2 penalty kicks to score 2 goals for the Fords and propel them into a win and break their losing streak.
And you heard from junior goalie Jack Schultz just a couple minutes ago. All they had to do was win. That's all he had to say. With their mindset coming to this. Fords, girls now kind of flipping the switch here in this second half. Ball has been in their possession the entire time. Here we go. The Fords going to have a look here, but Estep will come out a goal just before the Fords, Wiedemann and Gillespie can get to it. Alyssa Estep punts that ball over. Gabriella Campbell's in the way. And the Fords again clear the ball. Haverford really changed the game plan here. As we said, Coach Jackson was going to have to make that decision. And whatever he told the girls at the half, it's been working well so far.
It seems as though they are only playing 3 defenders in the back, trying to go for a more offensive strategy. That's Molly Carpenter, Mary McGeoch, and Alyssa Seavey in the back. And honestly, we talked about that back 4, but with those 3 players, Seavey, Carpenter, and McGeoch, that is a strong back 3 that can substitute in for that back 4 while still letting the midfielders and the attackers do the offensive work.
Springfield struggling to get this ball out of Haverford attacking territory here, as the Fords will have a throw in here on the far left side. Haverford in red going to your left. Springfield in white going to your right side of the screen. McGeoch getting physical to keep the ball in the zone. Nora Burns pass out to Grace McGeoch. McGeochs and Nora Burns working together to make something happen here for the Fords. Molly Carpenter punts that ball up, going into the zone, no good. The Fords will keep the possession here. Deegan Mack shot a goal over towards Alyssa Estep, but Estep will get down and make the save. Off the head of Carpenter, back into the forward side of the 50-yard line. McGeoch going up for it over left side to Nora Burns. Nora Burns cuts right over to Gabriella Campbell. Campbell back, allowing Carpenter to boot that ball up. Springfield's defense gets in the way, but the Fords, Gillespie on the right side, passes up. Tessa Wiedemann, right corner. She's looking for an angle in. She got in front of the defender there in the corner. The Fords will run in for it, but just too late. Springfield still strong defense.
It seems as though every time Haverford crosses the ball into the middle, a Springfield player meets it before a Haverford player can get a chance to shoot the ball. Unfortunate for the Fords, but if they can keep centering it maybe one of these times, it will get through, and the Fords will have a very, very easy shot on goal.
Over back to Estep in the goal. And that ball, free kick there for Springfield, kicked out. But again, Brady Carlin on that far right side, keeping the ball in Haverford territory. Throw in here for Springfield. Still haven't really gotten the ball past the midfield at all. Haverford's midfield just stepping up in that defensive role. We'll see if Springfield can finally break something through here, because so far, the first and second half have been completely different games for Haverford. .44-48 to go here in this second half. Still a lot of time for Haverford to try to execute, but Springfield will finally have some shots on goal. Attempted shots on goal here with good field position, I should say. That ball fired in, but the Ford's defense will be there to make a stop. Springfield will trip up there. That's Silverstein, I believe, one of the players we were excited to watch. She just did not have a good look there. She'll trip over her own 2 feet and allow the Fords to reset their defense. Carpenter's in the way once again, allowing Carp to rest there, not have to make a save. Still Jordan Carp in goal for the Fords, in case you were wondering if they made a switch. Bella Budson still on the bench. It'll probably be a couple games before Bella Budson possibly gets in. Still recovering, and Carp is playing to an excellent level. So it's definitely something to look forward to, but not something to expect in any of the upcoming games, from what I would say.
And in these first 7 minutes, Springfield seems to be in control, keeping it on their half. Jordan Carp has to stay on her toes. Springfield throws the ball in here, looking to score and add on to their 1-0 lead, which would be very lethal for the Fords and hard to come out of as they cross the ball. Header, Jordan Carp with a save. Good play by the Springfield Cougars, something that Haverford needs to emulate and kind of copy from Springfield and see how Springfield gets those opportunities in front of the goal. Haverford can start doing that. Maybe they can put one through the goal.
That ball ran out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Fords right about at the 48-yard line. That ball now across the midfield. Tessa Wiedemann over their far right side again. Just a lot of this throw-in straight out of bounds. Springfield now with the throw-in. Referee still signals for the Cougars ball. It will be a free kick here from the 50-yard line, sideline. And that was not where they wanted that ball to go. It'll allow Alyssa Seavey to get good field position there, but Silverstein will defend the ball well. She, again, is their star player on all sides of the ball. We see it there. She can do everything. She was down scoring position, but she can also play that defense in that block chip sort of formation that Springfield's been running so far tonight. 31-43 to go in this second half. Throw in here for Springfield in their own territory. They're trying to get someone cutting in from the far right wing.
Springfield continues to keep it in that back right corner as they tried to get an opportunity to cross something. Being patient, waiting for the right time to get the ball into the middle and for the Stars to align and hopefully add on to this lead.
And another corner kick here for Springfield. These are the type of plays that are so vital for a defense because it obviously is an advantage for Springfield here. So the Fords are going to have to step up. This ball is going to come spiraling in. The Fords will have it. A great defense. Jordan Carp is there off the head of the attackers for Springfield, but Carp is there like a brick wall. No good.
inches away from putting a second goal up on the board for Springfield. Jordan Karp gives the Fords life as they need to put one in here. Great save by Jordan Karp. I'm not sure that ball was very, very close to going in. I don't know how it didn't go in, but nonetheless, Jordan Karp, great save.
We saw Springfield have 3 or 4 shots there. We saw the defenders get up, put their chest into it, make a save, and then Jordan Karp standing up strong, taking the impact of that ball and allowing the Fords to only trail by 1. This ball past the midfield. Wiedemann, good chip pass over right side to Gillespie. Matty Gillespie running up that right sideline, stride by stride, followed closely by Maya Hobson. That ball over towards Springfield's back line, and no good.
Step. Wait, what's your first?
CV clears that ball up towards the 50-yard line for the Fords. Under 30 minutes to go here, 29:02 in this game. Springfield still up by 1. Haverford looks to create something on the offensive end. Deacon Mack tracking that ball. Estep will clear that over to her teammate on the right sideline. Good ball movement here, but McGeoch is in the way.
Fords looking to get something going here as they have the throw in here down the field.
Thrown in to Deacon Mack. That shot on goal, left foot there for McGeoch, just over the goal and left. But it was a good look, and Fords obviously getting more on the offensive end and attempting to execute way more than they did in the first half. Estep will be able to clear this ball now. Go straight towards Deacon Mack. Deacon Mack gets in the way, and Nora Burns will now have it. Good move, cuts left, makes the defender move there. That ball punted up over the head. McGeoch fighting for it, getting physical, not giving up on the play. But Springfield will clear that ball. Gabriella Campbell fights for it, and again cleared by the Cougars. Great play by McGeoch, making her defender fall. Clean move, whistles blown, Springfield ball.
Seems there was a little contact there by the Springfield player as she was falling down, kind of grabbing Mary McGeoch. Game's getting a little physical. Both teams are on edge. Haverford is down a goal. Can't be too happy about that. Springfield sitting back, relaxed, up 1 goal with 27 minutes to go.
Yeah, as you said, very physical, getting kind of chippy out there. And you got to think that this important rivalry aspect comes into it. Both of these teams sitting, again, as we said, 25th and 26th in the district. So both of these teams looking to just keep on slowly moving up. And the ball is on Springfield's attacking side here, but the Fords defense is stepping up when they need. Mary McGeoch, that'll be picked off. Springfield, good ball movement, but Mary McGeoch chasing down that far right sideline. Trying to keep the ball in, looking for a teammate. She'll go up the left sideline now. Nora Burns getting physical, trying to fight for that ball, keeping it in. Haverford, momentum. Nora Burns, great move. She'll clear that up to Grace McGeoch. Grace McGeoch now stride by stride, left sideline. And we'll see what the Fords can do here. Deacon Mack, left side, heavy contact there. Both fighting for that ball, trying to keep it in play. Whistles blown. Referee signals for Springfield ball.
That was a great upfield pass by Mary McGeoch to Deegan Mack, who did not quit and stayed with that ball up until it went out. Springfield ball, but a great effort by Haverford.
Lots of words here from the Fords faithful on the bleachers cheering on their girls' team. Throw in here for Mary McGeoch. Looking for Deegan Mack on that left side. Deegan Mack will get that pass in. Tessa Wiedemann currently in the center midfield there. McGeoch throws that ball in left side. McGeoch now running for it. And another throw in here for the Fords. They're in good territory to make something happen here to try to tie this game up. 24:51 to go. Tries to throw that one in, leading Grace, but just too far. That ball will come out of the track, and play will continue. Mary McGeoch finds her twin. Grace will lose control of that ball. Good defense there by Springfield. Silverstein tries to pass that back. Good ball movement by the Cougars. She will clear that ball way up, but Carpenter's there. She'll chip that ball over to Mary McGeoch. McGeoch over to Grace. And it will be Ford's throw in. Mary McGeoch throws this ball in. That's right off the head of Springfield. The Fords here. She'll get dropped hard. Referee signals Haverford ball. Springfield not happy with that call, yelling at the referee. And this will put the Fords in great position. We see the Fords bench jumping up and down, excited for this one. It'll be a free kick. Alyssa Seavey and the Fords. This is a good opportunity to execute. As we said, that was going to be so vital in the second half to be able to win this game. See movement here. Alyssa Seavey fires that ball in. Estep off her fingertips. Fords attackers run in, but Estep, great recovery after the initial contact. No luck here on the offensive end.
That was a make-or-break moment for the Fords. Great kick by CV. Better defense by the Cougars. What are you going to do? Ford's just got to keep playing hard and hopefully get another good opportunity like that. As Gillespie takes the ball herself, puts it into the middle for Wiedemann. Wiedemann has an opportunity here.
Pass wide inside. Whistle's blown. Coach Jackson flipping out with the rest of the Haverford bench. Not happy with that one. The Fords had a wide open look. Wiedemann had multiple options to cross on the inside, but the whistle is blown and Springfield will get a free kick. That's a brutal call for the Fords.
Connor, if there was a more free opportunity for the Fords to score, it was right then and there. Very unfortunate that that penalty was called. Yeah. Fords are keeping it on their side, though. They look to have a lot more energy in the second half. Let's see what they can do with that energy if they can turn it into a goal and tie this game.
Not going to get much better look than what Wiedemann and the Fords had right there, but the referees made their call, and Haverford has to forget about it and move on. That ball spiraling back in towards the midfield. Springfield's defense steps up. McGeoch will have a shot. Tess Durfee over the head of Estep and over the goal. Tess Durfee, good shot there. Good soccer IQ making that shot. She knew she had an opening, and she took it.
This is what you like to see, Connor. These opportunities, these goals piling up. Tess Durfee with a great shot there. The Fords can keep getting shots on goal. Who knows what will happen? Again,
the more shots on goal, the more opportunities that one of them will get past the hands of Alyssa Estep and allow the Fords to get on the board. A good move by Mary McGeoch. That'll be ran out of bounds. Springfield ball. Mary McGeoch gets her knee in the way. Durfee tries to go for that one. McGeoch again chips that ball back into Haverford territory. That ball coming straight towards the bleachers. And the referee signals for Haverford ball. McGeoch once again will throw this ball in. McGeoch throws this ball in to the midfield. She had Durfee and her twin sister, Grace McGeoch, there. But that'll be picked off, and that's Corinne Silberstein. Again, not as big of a role I thought she was going to play, reading her statistics from earlier this year and reading her, really what she did last year, not as big of a part she's played tonight that I thought. Looked clean to me, but they'll get the whistle, and the fans are not happy about that one. Molly Carpenter falls there, but the whistle will be against the Fords. And here we go, a free kick here for Springfield. That ball coming in towards Jordan Karp, off the head of Molly Carpenter. She'll get the revenge right back after that bad call by the refs. And Gabriella Campbell and the Fords now on the offensive end. All momentum on their side. That'll be quickly stopped by Springfield's midfield.
What a save by Molly Carpenter, getting up there and using her head to keep it out of the goal. Great save by Molly Carpenter. Stepping in for Jordan Karp there. Keeps this game alive for the Fords. Springfield look to have an opportunity for momentum there. Fords quickly shut it down as they take it onto their half.
We're halfway done this second half, under 20 minutes to go. Fords, full momentum here. Look at this, Gabriella Campbell, beautiful moves there on this left sideline, up to Deegan Mack. Deegan trips but stays with possession there, I should say. That ball cleared by Springfield, but again, this back three is there. Alyssa Seavey clears that ball up, has Molly Carpenter down the field. Tessa Wiedemann sprinting, giving everything she got to try to get that ball before it goes out of the goal line, but she will not get there in time.
As we have just entered under 19 minutes, Fords really got to get something going. Their time is running out to tie this game, and if they want to win this game, their time is very, very limited and only is getting more limited.
Deegan Mack running towards that ball. Molly had a good look there, but just no luck, and I believe it will be a Springfield throw-in from the left side. Good move here. The Fords in the offensive attack again. Durfee up to Deegan Mack. Mack chips that up. The Fords have a look. Estep is there, right where she needs to be.
Fords almost broke one through there.
17:32 to go here in this second half. Colette Wagner runs that ball out of bounds. She'll now have a throw in. She'll launch that ball up over the head of Springfield defenders. And Deegan Mack using her body to take advantage. Grace McGeoch over to Molly Carpenter, just past her legs there. Gillespie using her chest to pass that ball back to Alyssa Seavey. Seavey clears that ball up. Not sure who. I'm guessing it was intended for Tess Durfee. 17 minutes to go here in this second half. In case you're just joining us now, the first half and the second half look like two completely different Haverford teams. The Fords really trailed behind in almost every aspect of that first half, but they really flipped the switch at the half and came out strong and a lot more energetic on the offensive front during the first 20 or so minutes in this second half.
I'm sure something Coach Jackson told his team is to play this game like the score is 0-0. Can't have the mindset of coming into the second half knowing that you're losing, knowing that you're down, and playing down like that. So I'm sure he tried to get it through their heads that they need to play this game like it's 0-0, and they need to play well in the second half if they want to win.
As Jack Schultz said, just win. That's all you have to do. Grace McGeoch fighting for it. No call here. The entire bleachers and the bench flipping out at that missed call. That ball cleared. Gillespie with it. She'll have a shot on goal from way out. Deegan Mack almost had the good look there off of Gillespie's assist. Straight into the arms of Alyssa Estep in Springfield. Once again, another stop. It's been the story of the season, especially these last two games. The defense for Haverford steps up, and the offense just cannot execute, and they need to make that change if they want to make a deep playoff run. The forwards, here we go. The midfield again, stepping up when they need to, up that left sideline. Deegan Mack makes a great move, cuts in left, going up that left corner, finds an angle in. Have a shot on goal here. The missed shot there, right side of Estep, and it's good! Ford score! Tie this game up 1-1 with 15 minutes to go.
Molly Carpenter puts it through for the Fords. That's what I was talking about, Connor. Keep it on their half. You keep getting opportunities. You keep shooting the ball. Molly Carpenter puts it through for the Fords. Tie game 1-1.
All they have to do is keep fighting. All momentum on the forward side here in this second half.
AG Cornog Stadium is absolutely ecstatic right now. The student section is on its feet, coming up to the front row of the bleachers. The parents are screaming and cheering. We've got a good one in this game tonight.
Could this be another overtime game, Jonah? Only time will tell. Under 15 to go. All knotted up at 1.
A perfect night for soccer and a perfect night for an overtime thriller. 14 minutes left. Let's see what happens in this game.
Referee's just making sure that the scoreboard operator here at AG Cornog puts the point up and resets the clock to what they need. As we take a quick break here as the referee and the scoreboard operators communicate here as they put some time back on. 15:01 in the second half. After a huge goal for the Fords. Molly Carpenter and that Fords front end, just absolutely beautiful, flawless, textbook soccer there for the Fords. All momentum in their favor.
Maybe that's what they needed. Oh!
Huge contact. McGeoch does a flip there, lands hard on her back. She'll get consoled by her teammates. And Springfield has a player down as well. That was very physical. Both of these teams will have a second here to make sure everything's okay. We see the trainers might be coming out here.
A scary moment that you hate to see. Players going airborne. Not something you like to see. Hopefully everyone is okay.
She fell really hard on her back there. They saw both chasing after that ball. Both jumped up for it. Fell on her back. And it looks like they called... It'll be a free kick for Springfield. They say that what McGeoch did there was not allowed, even though McGeoch was the one who seemed to get flipped upside down. Coach Jackson not happy with that one. That is not a great call by the referees. But what can you do? 14:48 to go in this second half. All momentum on Haverford's side. All they have to do is forget about it, keep moving on, and the Forwards are going to win this game.
I'm not sure how you can call a foul on McGeoch there when she was the one who got flipped over. Very, very bad call, as you said it, Connor.
Springfield free kick here. We'll see if Jordan Karp can make another save. Great defense by the Fords once again. Completely different energy in this second half.
Connor, something Coach Jackson has changed is he's moved Molly Carpenter up to attacker. Maybe that was the key to scoring a goal, was getting Molly Carpenter to the front four. If it is a front four, if they're playing right now. I'm not completely sure if he changed the formation. But Molly Carpenter is in the front. She scored a goal for the Fords. And great, great coaching by Coach Jackson.
Yeah, making adjustments at the half like that is so crucial to any game. But especially this when you're trailing. You didn't come out so hot in the first half. That's great coaching by the coaching staff for the Fords. And it showed there with that beautiful goal for the Fords to tie this game up at 1. 13:52 to go here at AG Cornog Field. Student section is electric. The fans are on their feet. This should be a really good finish to this game. Springfield will have a free kick out of goal here. Estep will talk to her teammate, figure out what's going on. Haverford keeping the ball on their own offensive territory, as we said, was going to be the most important part of the second half. Here we go. Molly Carpenter again trying to make something happen. Nora Burns rushing up there. Great defense here by the attackers. They're doing everything. Out of bounds on Springfield. Forwards again, all momentum on their side. Wagner throws that ball in. That ball passed in by Deegan Mack, but that'll be cleared once again. But the forwards still with the offensive possession. Ball thrown here by Colette Wagner, I believe. That is over to Molly Carpenter. Great defense by Springfield. The forwards have a look here. S-Tap straight in the hands of S-Tap. A huge save there. 12:28 to go in this second half.
What a shot from Nora Burns. 30 yards out there. Almost put it through. S-Tap with a good save.
A completely different team we're seeing here for the forwards in this second half. Campbell and McGeoch working together there to make a stop. That ball cleared up. We'll see what the forwards do. Punts it out. Referee signals. Push on Springfield. Haverford possession. Under 12 minutes to go here. This is going to come down to the wire, Jonah.
It is, Connor, just as almost every game we have broadcasted has. Keeps it interesting. Keeps it entertaining. Both teams playing great soccer right now. Alyssa Seavey with a textbook 40, 50-yard boot. Trying to get the forwards a second goal. That back defense is holding up without Molly Carpenter back there. Putting her at a tacker was the key to tying this game up. And maybe the key to winning this game.
Springfield now with a slight possession, momentum change, I should say. But Gillespie is there. Maddie Gillespie will clear that ball up. We'll see what the forwards can do here as we approach under 11 minutes left in this game. Forwards so hungry to put another win in their record here as they're on a 3-game losing streak. They need it, and they need it bad as they still have a couple more weeks of games before playoffs. They have to get their record to what they want it to be, and they know they're a lot more talented than a 4-4-1 25th in the district team. They know that they have the potential to be a top 15, top 10 team, and they're looking to go out there and prove that in the last couple games of the season. Here we go, the forwards. Grace McGeoch passes up the field. Deegan Mack. We'll see what Deegan can do here. Mack fires that ball in. Tessa Wiedemann right side. Estep comes out a goal just before Wiedemann can get there. That could have been a huge play for the forwards, but a good high IQ play from Alyssa Estep.
Estep came really far out of goal there. Almost 10 yards to go up and get that ball. Ultimately, good decision, but a risky one.
Nora Burns, left side. She'll look in for a person coming in from the wing position. Nora Burns fires that one out towards the 30-yard line. No one is there. McGeoch will go up for it. Great play by Mary McGeoch, keeping the ball in forwards territory. Mary McGeoch still fighting for it. Saves that ball from going out of bounds. She'll be pressured right quarter. She'll look for an angle to cross in. Springfield will just intercept that ball, try to clear it out, but Gillespie gets in the way. That ball will be kicked out of bounds. Springfield possession. Under 10 minutes to go. Springfield with the ball here. That'll attempted to be cleared up. Alyssa Seavey is there covering that. Gillespie runs up from behind, gets in her way. Officially under 9 minutes to go in this game, all tied up at 1. In case you're just joining us, the forwards trailing by 1 at the half. Molly Carpenter had a huge goal to tie this game up just a couple minutes ago. Jordan Karp with a good save there. She'll punt that ball up to Donadio. Molly Carpenter punts that ball. Great defense by Springfield, not allowing Wiedemann to have an opening. We know that Wiedemann is a dangerous player if she gets open in with no defenders around her in the open field. Watching these two teams face it off in an overtime fashion could be an exhilarating couple of minutes. We've seen them play overtime again multiple times here. At Strathaven, they went into overtime. The Fords are used to it. Deegan Mack off the head. She'll have an open look. Again, she'll use her head to put herself in an advantage. Deegan Mack still fighting for it. Ford's throw in there on the right sideline. Had some commotion up in the booth there. We apologize for that. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
The Fords have done a awesome job of keeping it on their half. Molly Carpenter.
Deegan Mack running up toward Estep is there. Deegan Mack tries to kick it in. A great save by Estep and the rest of the Springfield defense.
Estep seemed to fumble the ball there. It came loose, and Deegan Mack almost had an opportunity to put the Fords up by 1 goal.
Ford still pressuring Estep there. Here's Mary McGeoch trying to find someone cutting in. She'll save that ball all just out of bounds. Springfield will have possession. Under 7 minutes to go here at AG Cornog Field. Springfield's throw-in intercepted by Nora Burns off her head. McGeoch going for it. Here's Silverstein again, trying to make it something happen for the Cougars. But Gillespie clears that ball. That's heading over to Jordan Karp. Gillespie and Silverstein running stride by stride. But Karp will protect that ball before anyone can get to it.
As I was saying, the Fords have kept it on their half the entire half. Springfield has maybe had it on their side for a minute and a half tops. Fords have been dominating the second half. Let's see if they can finish it out.
6 minutes to go here in this second half, all tied up at 1. This could make for, again, some exciting overtime moments here. I was talking to some of the players, and they said this is their most anticipated match every single year. Again, this Springfield rivalry that Haverford has started to grow over the years with almost every sport seems to be one always very equal skill level, always a very competitive game. And we see that exemplified perfectly here tonight. Clock is ticking, 5:27 to go. Springfield taking their time to make something happen. That's thrown in for the Cougars, cleared up over the 50-yard line. Alyssa Seavey off her head, out of bounds. Springfield will have a throw in with 5:12 to go. Haverford has to just keep the ball out of the box, the 18 yards that Springfield wants to get in. Off the hand there of Springfield, but the ball was already out of play. Under 5 minutes to go. Springfield trying to put something past Jordan Karp, but the defense has just done a fantastic job so far tonight, besides the early mishaps in the first half.
Connor, you eliminate that early mistake that the Fords made in the first half, and this is an absolutely flawless game by the Fords. Good job of piecing the second half together and rallying for a goal. Without letting up that first half goal, the Fords have played a flawless game.
Have to keep up that now, though. Great job by the Fords. McGeoch clears it up to Deegan Mack. Deegan Mack will get around the Springfield defender and clear that ball up towards the 18 yards. We'll see if Wiedemann can get there before Springfield. Wiedemann will chip that ball up straight into the hands of Estep. 4 minutes to go. The Fords had an opportunity there, but just could not execute. But Wiedemann given every ounce of effort to make something happen for the Fords. And obviously both these teams are trying to win this game before the clock hits the 000s and goes into overtime. But they know that the past couple games has been overtime losses. They know they are due for a sudden death victory, and they want it now. A great play here by the Fords. The Haverford's going to have a look in the left corner, finding an angle to cross. Nora Burns will get that ball stolen from her. Great defense, huge turnover for Springfield.
That's going to go right back to the Fords, though, as they have a reset. Throw in. Giok throwing it into the corner, trying to get an opportunity to cross the ball into the middle. That's out on Springfield.
Deegan Mack, great play. Pressuring,
Corner kick for the Fords.
pressuring from behind. Deegan Mack.
Connor, this could be it.
She heard the footsteps coming, got flustered in the moment, kicked the ball out of bounds, and the Fords will have a corner kick. This could be huge. 2:53 to go in this second half. Haverford corner kick to try to take the lead.
She can find Carpenter here.
Ball flying in. The Fords off the hands of Estep. Estep, second touch, will grab the ball with ease. Coach Coleman happy with that one. We saw him pump his fists there. Happy with that stop by Estep. 2:24 and counting fast here for the Fords, trying to execute ball on their offensive territory almost this entire second half. Wiedemann tries to cross that ball in, but Springfield will get a foot in there. Good chip defensive stop there for the Fords. Wiedemann throws that ball in. It's going right back to her. Good save by Wiedemann. Oh, the referee whistles. It was out of bounds. Under 2 minutes to go here at AG Corndog Field. Perfect weather for a entertaining final 2 minutes and beyond here for this game. Their hearts have to be pumping out there as we see Aaron Lyman check in for senior captain Nora Burns.
Connor, I feel like a common misconception in soccer is that if there's under a minute, you can't really do much to set up a goal. But as we saw in that boys soccer game, they scored with 0.8 seconds left. So I think in this game, the Fords need to keep playing until that last buzzer, no matter how much time is on the clock. Because you can always have an opportunity to put it in the goal.
As we approach under 60 seconds, the Fords will have just under a minute to try to set something up, possibly a corner kick, as we saw with the boys' game on Tuesday night. 56 seconds, and it looks like Haverford is going to take their time. They don't want to risk a turnover here and allow Springfield to have an easy shot on goal to win this game late in the second half. That ball coming up towards the 50-yard line. Alyssa Seavey gave that ball a boot. It's coming right back to the Fords, back for 40 seconds and counting, 38. And Haverford just trying to keep this ball out of the 18 yards, out of Jordan Karp's zone. 30 seconds until this game goes into overtime. Obviously, Fords ideally didn't want this, but also they want to win this game. And they know they've had some struggles with overtime games earlier this year. Just the other day at Strathaven, 1-0 loss in overtime, 15 seconds and counting. The Fords look to take this one. 10 seconds. That ball knotted up at the midfield. Springfield clears at 5 seconds. And that'll do it for regulation. We are going into overtime, Jonah. Springfield 1, Haverford 1. We'll have a 3-minute break here on the field. Jonah, the keys to winning this game. Sudden death, golden goal, next score wins. What's the key for these teams?
Key for both teams is to keep the pressure on offense. Both defenses we know are solid. They're going to stay solid. Defenses aren't letting up, so it just comes down to the better offense. Good defense, better offense. Forwards have showed that great in the second half. Moving Molly Carpenter up to the attackers was crucial. Let's see if the Forwards can break this overtime curse. Let's see what happens.
We will be back with live coverage of the first overtime period in just about 2 minutes.
And we are back at it. The first overtime period has just gotten underway. First goal wins, sudden death. And you know that this game is sponsored by Wagner Real Estate.
Looking for a new house? Wagner Real Estate will help you find the right home for you and your family. The real estate professionals at Wagner are Havertown locals who have passed down the real estate savvy through 4 generations. Call 610-446-2300 to set up a consultation with Wagner Real Estate today.
Both teams, Haverford bench is on their feet. Parents are on their feet. Me and Connor are in the booth, and we are on our feet. This game is a thriller.
Haverford in red scoring on the left side of your screen, and Springfield in white still scoring on your right. 9:15 to go in this first overtime period. Next goal wins. The Fords look to do it right now. Bounced out by Springfield's back line. Alyssa Seavey at the 50-yard line clears that ball back. McGeoch up in the air. Heads that ball over to Lucy Quinn. That'll go back. Maddie Gillespie tries to clear that ball back into the midfield. Gracie Donadio. Jordan Carp clears that ball before any Springfield attackers can get to it. Whistles blown all over the field.
Seems as though Coach Jackson has moved Molly Carpenter back into that center back position. She is no longer attacking. It is Deegan Mack and Tessa Weedman up in that front. 2 players who we know can score. Let's see if they can do it in this overtime period.
It'll be a throw in here for the Fords on the right side. A free kick. I'm sorry about that. On the right side. And Haverford looks to take advantage right here, right now, but Springfield's defense pops right up, making the plays when they need. Deegan Mack heads that ball up. Tessa Wiedemann right side. Springfield's defense once again. Forwards, heavy contact. Deegan Mack, shot on goal, straight into the hands of Alyssa Estep. Could have been a huge play for the Forwards, but they will signal Springfield ball.
Forwards can keep doing that. One of them will slip through. Just got to keep that pressure on.
7:32 to go here. That's a free kick for Springfield. Lucy Quinn almost gets in the way and intercepts that pass, but Mary McGeoch gets in the way up that left side, intercepts that pass off the foot. Looked like she grabbed it with her hand there, but she might have just missed it. Deegan Mack tries to get in the way there. Molly Carpenter will clear this ball up right sideline. Mary McGeoch, open field in front of her. She'll cut in. Deegan Mack pass back to Mary McGeoch, left side. McGeoch, that ball will be kicked out of bounds. The referees will signal for Springfield free kick. 7 minutes to go in this first overtime period. Again, next score wins. Off the head of Deegan Mack. Off the shoulder there of Alyssa Seavey back at the 50-yard line. Gracie Donadio passes up to Tessa Wiedemann. Wiedemann, again, one of those important scorers, attackers for the Fords. Multiple goals this season, including a hat trick versus Kennett. The scoreboard, now, not sure the exact times. The scoreboard is not correct. As they fix that, it'll be 6:19 to go. Scoreboard operators had some confusion there. Hit a button, but it is all right. 6:11 to go. Still knotted up at 1 in the first overtime period. Great play. Alyssa Seavey clears that. Lucy Quinn. We'll see what she can do for the Fords. Gets past the legs back left side. Lucy Quinn. We'll see if she can get it before it goes out of bounds. She'll save that ball and keep the Fords. Oh, and the referees blow their whistles and say the ball was out of bounds. Just couldn't get her foot where it wanted, and the scoreboard now completely shuts off. We have no idea what the score is. The time is, excuse me. But the Fords are still on the attack. Lucy Quinn looking for that left side. No good. Scoreboard is back. 5:48 to go in this first overtime period. Again, if there's no score after this, we have 10 more minutes of a second overtime. And then if there's no score after that, the game will be considered a draw with no winner, as they do not do penalty kicks in the regular season. They only do penalty kicks for the playoff games, as they need to decide a winner when in the regular season ties are accepted. 5:20 and counting here. Ford's fighting for it in that back left corner. Grace McGeoch getting physical. Lucy Quinn now has the ball at the 30-yard line. The Fords have all the attackers where they need to be. Have an open look. Mary McGeoch shot on goal left of the net. Estep will be able to get out a goal easy.
Fords continue the pressure here. Springfield has made zero effort and zero move on Jordan Karp in the Haverford defense in this entire overtime period. Haverford completely in control, almost like they're playing a half-field game, and Springfield isn't even trying to score.
McGeoch getting physical, almost trips there, but she'll stay standing up. That ball will be cleared by Springfield, but the Fords will get there before that ball will go out of bounds. Mary McGeoch cuts back right side, cutting in. Tessa Wiedemann is there. Great defense by Springfield. Deegan Mack is there. Tessa Wiedemann is there, and the Springfield defense clears the ball once again. All the momentum still with the Fords. Molly Carpenter left sideline passes. Mary McGeoch. McGeoch looking for someone to cut in. There's her sister, Grace. That'll be popped right back out. Springfield's defense, another huge save. They've been doing a great job this entire overtime. 4 minutes to go in this first overtime period.
Molly Carpenter seems to be creeping up on that Haverford defense. She is eager to score another goal and win this game for the Fords. That might be what the Fords need to win this game, is put Molly Carpenter on the attack.
Just throw in here for Springfield. That'll go. Stay in bounds, just inching away from going out of bounds. And it will be a. We'll see what the referees signal here. It'll be a free kick for Haverford, I do believe, with 3:07 to go in this first half. Under 3 minutes now in this, the first overtime period, not the first half. If you're just joining us now, it has been a thrilling past couple of minutes here. Jordan Karp will get there in time. 2:43 and counting here. All tied up at 1. This overtime looks a lot like the second half Fords. The first half was just not what this girls' varsity soccer team is all about this season. Gracie Donadio. Molly Carpenter gets in the way there. Another cleared ball by the Fords there. Lucy Quinn will try to clear that. She will do it successfully. She'll get absolutely decked here on the sideline. No call. Deegan Mack up to Tessa Wiedemann. Lucy Quinn just gets up. Limping off there. She'll be able to run it off on her own 2 feet. No whistle. Bench is mad about that. Lucy Quinn took a tumble there as we have 1:58 to go.
I'm not sure what game the refs are watching, but it doesn't seem to be this one. Brutal play there. Lucy Quinn goes into the Springfield bench. Somehow, not even a whistle is called.
Coach Jackson was upset about that one, but the Fords still have the ball in their territory. Under 2 minutes to go. Springfield with possession. Fords look to make something happen here, keeping the ball in their zone, but a good play here. That ball attempted to be cleared. Molly Carpenter is there, keeping the Fords in their offensive territory. Over left side, Lucy Quinn. She has Deegan Mack and Wiedemann up front for her. Lucy Quinn coming back left side. A great move here. She'll have an open look. She could cut in or make a shot. We'll see what she does. Dribbling around the defender here. Passes back. Lost control of that ball. Could have been good. Gracie Donadio keeping possession for the Fords. Molly Carpenter passes right side to Mary McGeoch. Back to Alyssa Seavey. Under 60 seconds left in this first overtime. It was a quick 10 minutes here. But the Fords going to have a look. Estep will be able to get there. Too fast for the Fords. 53 seconds here. And Jonah, it looks like we might be seeing another double overtime game here for the Fords.
Yes, it does, Connor. And I am not complaining. It makes the game all that more exciting. Fords just keeping it on their half. Eventually one is going to go through.
30 seconds and counting here. Springfield will have a a free kick from the 18 yards. 20 seconds running clock. And it does look like we will be seeing a second overtime. Whistles blowing all across the field. And it looks like they just call it off. I guess the clock was behind. The referees will signal that'll finish the first overtime period. Still tied up at 1. There'll be a 2-minute intermission here for both teams to gather their thoughts up here. And we will be back shortly with live coverage of this second overtime in just about 60 seconds. I'm so excited for Saturday. I want to see.
Oh, yeah, Central Michigan?
Yeah, baby.
Where are they going to be going to?
Penn State by 60. I don't know yet. I think it might be.
Go to the Whiteout. You should come
How much
with
are
me.
those tickets going for? You guys
Come
going?
with me to Vegas. It's only like $200 for tickets. It's a good ticket.
And we are back here. And the Fords here, second overtime, look to make something happen. The clock is still not working here at A.G. Cornog Field. And another questionable call by the referees. As the referees are hearing it from the bleachers here at A.G. Cornog Field. Not sure how they're continuing to play with no clock. The players have no idea what point of the overtime period they're in, but it'll be Ford's free kick here from about the 38-yard line or so. Alyssa Seavey will back it up, 40-yard line, 10 yards of free space. And we'll see what Seavey and the Fords can do here. Alyssa Seavey bombs that ball up towards Estep. Just over the goal. That could have been huge for the Fords.
CV almost put it away with a 40-yard boot. So close, inches away. I don't think Estep could have gotten to that if that was top left of the net.
.8:24 to go here. We do have our clock running now. Now, Haverford is in red, scoring to your right, and Springfield is in white, scoring to your left side of the screen now. And Haverford running up this right side. 7:45 to go. One of these teams just has to make a play, and neither one of these teams want to go into the next game following a tie. But right now, Ford's offensive momentum is in full swing.
Scoreboard seems to be messed up, but we have a personal clock in here. Time left is 7 minutes and 20 seconds to keep you at home updated.
Wiedemann clears that ball into the scoring zone where they need to be, the critical scoring area. We'll call it. You got to get inside of those 18 yards. Now Springfield on the attack here. That ball cleared once again back to about the 45-yard line or so.
The clock hits 7 minutes. 7 minutes to determine a winner or a possible tie.
One thing I'm surprised about is how little we've seen from Silverstein tonight for the Springfield Cougars. Obviously, we expected a lot more than what we saw tonight, and that is simply, I believe, to the fact that she has not faced the defense, a back line, like the Fords tonight, as a huge stop there at the midfield for the Fords. Carpenter passes that ball up. Deegan Mack over to Lucy Quinn. This is Lucy Quinn's first game back, and she has had quite the impact on the Fords offense tonight.
I think Coach Jackson would be putting his team in a better position if he moved Molly Carpenter up to the attack, as she scored the first goal, and it is very likely she could score another. Be interesting to see if she does get moved up or will stay at that center back position. Either way, she is a huge impact to the game, stopping the Springfield attack or scoring goals for Haverford. Molly Carpenter can really do it all. The clock is at 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Almost halfway through this overtime period. That could have been dangerous. A shot there just left of the goal. No luck for the Cougars. Referees will call for a free kick for the Fords. Alyssa Seavey trying to punt this ball. We know she can get it past the 50-yard line. We've seen it multiple times tonight already. There's their line drive over to her teammate there. She'll reverse over her head, kick that right sideline, far side. Springfield ball. Not the second half that the Fords won. That ball flung up. Great defense by the Fords. Pass up to Gabriella Campbell, but Springfield's momentum is now all the way. There's another stop by Molly Carpenter, doing everything for the Fords tonight. Tessa Wiedemann playing this center back position now. More defense by the Fords. Wiedemann trips and falls there, putting every effort into every single play. These Fords are another stop by the Fords back line. It's just incredible watching the skill of these girls blend together into what I like to call the best back four in the Central League. There it is again. Molly Carpenter, unstoppable from all sides of the field. 4:20 to go here in this second overtime period, and just over 4 minutes until we decide the outcome of this game. Going up, Jordan Karp. Alyssa Seavey boxes out, allows Karp to make a play. 3 minutes, 57 seconds. Might not be 100%. We're timing our clock here as the scoreboard here at AG Cornog is malfunctioning as we speak. But we do our best. Lucy Quinn and the Fords attackers back. Wide open in center is Nora Burns. Here it is, pass Wiedemann. Burns will have a look on the on goal. The shot here by the Fords blocked by Springfield. Still fighting for it. Haverford still fighting, but Springfield's defense just doing a great job not allowing anything to happen. Springfield's ball. 3:19 to go. It's not looking promising for either one of these teams. Haven't had any opportunities on either side of the field. Silverstein clears that ball up. Molly Carpenter's running after it. Has to watch out. They have Ella Parkinson running stride by stride with Carpenter up there. But Carpenter will get there, clear that ball up. Left side, Brooklyn Cannon. We'll see what the Fords can do. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. That'll be ran out for the corner. Springfield throw in. Not looking promising for either one of these teams. A throw in there will stay in Haverford territory. Good pass here. You have Wiedemann right side. Great defense. Lucy Quinn had a shot on goal there. McGeoch cuts right. Looking in. Pitches that ball up straight into the hands of Estep. No luck for the forwards. 2:20 to go here in the second overtime period. Right to McGeoch. McGeoch will let it go. Alyssa Seavey punts that ball back into forwards 18 yards where they're looking to execute. Brooklyn Cannon running after it.
Forwards need to get off as many shots as possible if they want to have a chance at one going through the net as the clock hits 2 minutes.
Referee signals for a free kick for the forwards. This could be huge. This could be the deciding kick of this game. Approximately 1:50 left. I'm not sure how the referees are going to know unless they have someone timing it. But we will have to see. Our clock is not 100% accurate, but the forward's going to look to execute right here. Alyssa Seavey bombs that ball up towards Estep again over the crossbar.
Alyssa Seavey, I don't know how she does it, but somehow too much power. 45 yards out, and she kicks it over the net. Very impressive by Alyssa Seavey. Just tone it down about 5 yards. That is a goal, and the Fords win. Let's see if they can do that here. Any opportunity they get, they need to take a shot on goal. The clock hits 1 minute and 10 seconds. It is a goal-to-go situation for the Fords.
Approximately 64 seconds left in this game. And so far, Fords have every single one of their guys in their side of the 50-yard line trying to score. Brooklyn Cannon back. McGeoch chips that ball up. Wiedemann right side. Wiedemann has to cut left or go right here. She'll try to make a move around the Springfield's defense. She'll do it. She'll find an angle to cross. That'll just be kicked right out of bounds. 45 seconds of counting. And Jonah, it looks like both of these teams might be adding another tie to their record book here. It
is unfortunate, Connor, but it does seem that way. Although they should play until the last buzzer because you never know what will happen.
Boys scored with 0.8 seconds left. You never, ever know. But this will be approximately 20 seconds. Carp will clear that ball. Haverford just trying to keep it away from Carp. They don't want to lose this game as much as they want to win this game. A tie is better than a loss for either one of these teams. McGeoch will try to fight for it. Approximately 10 seconds. We'll see off the referee's whistle. And that'll do it. Final score, Springfield Cougars 1, Haverford Fords 1. Jonah, that game was thrilling to the final buzzer. What should the Fords' mindset be going into their next game, knowing they're now 4-4-2 and Springfield 4-3-1?
I mean, they didn't win, but they didn't lose. They went down early 1-0. I think that was their biggest problem, going down early. They had a flawless game besides that. Came back in that second half and really, really rallied. Played a great second half. Molly Carpenter got one to go through the goal, tied the game up. Played a pretty normal game after that. Their mindset going into the next game should be positive, as they didn't lose this game. They didn't win, but they didn't lose. So they shouldn't be getting down on themselves after this game. They should keep playing, keep trying to win as many games as they can, and get a spot in that playoffs.
This team fought tonight. We saw Molly Carpenter late in that second half tie that game up. Fords had all momentum going into the overtimes. And you got to give kudos to Springfield. Their defense really stepped up when they needed to. And overall, it's just as competitive as a game as we thought. Springfield beat us last year. We beat them last year in the playoffs. Huge rivalry. A lot of chips on shoulders, we could say, out there tonight. And overall, a great game. Cannot complain. It was a pleasure to commentate that for you guys. Again, tune in tomorrow night, 6:50 kickoff, right here at A.G. Cornog Field. Haverford, Radnor, varsity football. But for tonight, wrapping up, Connor Salveson, Jonah Jablonski, Haverford 1, Springfield 1.
Oh, text message. Looks like. Did you go home?
Everything's so hot.
No.
My mom always texts me. She's like, "How's it going?" And it's like, I would tell you if the game's done. Like,
Why didn't you let me say hi to your mom on the phone?
Yes, I agree with you, Sophia. That's what my mom
What?
is too.
what?
I was talking to Luke.
Oh,
Huh?
I was like,
No, I do not know your mom.
What?
So it'd be weird.
What's
well,
up,
you
lady?
have been to my
You should have let me
house.
say hi to your mom.
No, she's sleeping.
Guys, I'm still
She
so
is.
freaked out by the fact that I sent everyone my
When we
address.
drop you off, we'll just be like,
Why? Nobody's gonna
Fine,
come
fine.
to your house.
Do you see a picture last year? Do you have a picture?
or what?
Nice night for stargazing.
Oh, yeah. Was that
What
freeze?
did
I
she
still
say
cannot
about
tell.
me
It was
yeah.
freeze. Okay.
What did she say about me
Wait,
coming?
Oh,
just go really far down.
She saw her mom at the
Thank you.
baseball game. Her brother was playing on the team. Her mom was good friends with Aunt Kelly and said Mia
Guys?
goes to HSS and
Guys?
is a junior. What happened? Did they not stop the stream? Jesus fucking Christ.